I'm back, and so much has happened and so much has changed since I've been here. I'm a mom now, and oh my gosh, I just cannot wait to get into all of that. But I'm sure you guys can tell that there's something completely different about me, and it's my hair. I cut all my hair off and I dyed it red. If you've been following me for a really long time, then you know that I've literally dyed my hair every single color, and red was the only one that I haven't done. So I'm having a lot of postpartum hair loss right now, and I just wanted something easy to maintain. So as a lot of you know, my sister is a hairstylist, so I hit her up and she said come over, and she convinced me into dyeing my hair red. And I'm not mad at it. I actually really like it. It's a complete different look for me. Anyways, aside from all of that, I've filmed this video. This will be my second time now, because the first video that I filmed, half of the footage is gone. I have no idea where it went, and you know, I knew my time would come. You know, when you watch other YouTubers and they talk about like, oh, you know, I filmed this YouTube video and half of the footage is gone. It's like nowhere to be found. Well, I knew that my time would come, but I didn't think that it would happen now on like my comeback to YouTube, you know? And it's like so bad because I mean, especially now that I'm a mom, like my time is very limited and I want to spend my time wisely when I'm away from my daughter. So I'm just so upset that like half of that footage is gone and that video just cannot be used. So I'm here, I'm doing it again. It's my first time back on YouTube in a while. I don't even know how long it's been, but the last time that I actually like sat down and filmed a video for you guys was probably like me updating you guys on my life and being like 9 months pregnant. So I'm not pregnant anymore. I have a baby, and I will show you her at the end of this video. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. But if you guys have read the title of the video, then you know exactly what this is going to be about. This is me reacting to my labor and delivery vlog. And before we get into that, I just want to thank everybody who's watched that video, since that is the video that has the most views. I know to a lot of people maybe 18,000 views isn't a big number, but for someone like me who has literally dreamt of having their own YouTube channel and just like having it grow and be successful, that is such a huge accomplishment, not only to me but to my family, and we are so proud of that video. I know it's real, like raw and emotional, but that's exactly what labor is, and that's why I thought it would be perfect for me to react to that video, since it is the most viewed video that I have currently. So thank you guys so much to everybody who has watched that video, and if you haven't, I'll leave it down in the description box below so you guys can take a look at it. But without further ado, let's get right into the video. Okay, so if you just watch the video, it's not too long of a video. It's 13 minutes long, and just like get the gist of it. I think I'm gonna skip like 4 minutes into the video, because in the beginning I'm just talking to you guys about my doctor's appointment and how all of that went down. And just to give you guys like a little recap on that. So my due date that the doctor gave me was June 16th. And on June 15th, I went in, so a day before, I went in for like my weekly checkup. I was 3 centimeters dilated already, and I had high blood pressure, supposedly. I was just super nervous because I knew my time was coming and I knew my due date was next day, and I was just freaking out. And going through this for the first time, I was just like really scared of what was about to come, or not scared, but just like nervous, you know, because it's your first time going through something like this. And so I was nervous, and that's all that it was. I've never had high blood pressure, but my doctor, she was, you know, just concerned and didn't want anything bad to happen, basically. So she checked my blood pressure and it was high. She was like, it's honestly way better if we induce you right now instead of like letting you go home with high blood pressure, and then who knows what can happen after that. So I was like, you know what? Can I please think about it? Like, do I have another option? And she was like, okay, I'm gonna leave you in this room. You can relax for 10 minutes, talk to Eric, think about what you want to do. She's like, if your blood pressure is low by the time that I come in, then I'll let you go home. So I talked to Eric, and we both came down to the conclusion that we wanted things to like progress naturally, and we didn't want to be induced. And so my doctor came in and my blood pressure was high, so she was like, yeah. I love that you and Eric came down to that conclusion, but I'm worried for your safety and the baby's safety, so we're going to induce you today. So I was just super nervous, But in those 10 minutes that I had that I was in the room alone, I just really sat there and like meditated, and I was like, okay, you know what? I need to not control the situation that I cannot control. If it's meant for me to have my baby today, then that's just what's gonna happen, and I have to accept it. I drove home that day to, you know, pick up my hospital bag, and I had to be back at the hospital in like an hour. So I'm on my way home. I call Eric and let him know what's going on. I'm like crying because I'm so freaking nervous. You just like hear horror stories about like labor, and I was just like traumatized and scared. So I was just like so nervous. I was crying, and Eric obviously calmed me down, being the sweetest person on earth that he is. And yeah, I got my bag. Eric met me at the hospital. My mom and I went to the hospital together. Yeah, so that's basically like the beginning part of my video. So we're 4 minutes into the video. I get to the hospital at 5, and you know, you have to do all the paperwork and put the IV in and all that stuff. And exactly at 6 was when they started my Pitocin. And Pitocin, for those of you that don't know, is basically a medicine like that provokes your contractions. When they gave it to me, I was fine. You know, like I said, I wasn't going into labor before that. Before heading to the hospital, I was just 3 centimeters dilated. But I wasn't contracting, and I didn't really have Braxton Hicks like throughout my pregnancy. So who knows if I would have, you know, gone into labor naturally. Who knows, but I'm happy with how everything turned out. So basically they started me on a really low dosage of Pitocin, and I was just hanging out in the room. I was eating, you know, talking to Eric and my mom, just hanging out, and it felt like really bad cramps. In my entire life, I've just had terrible cramps. So that's literally what it felt like. I was like, oh, you know what? Okay, like I can breathe through this. I'm gonna be okay. I started walking around the hospital. You know, they kept giving me more and more Pitocin. So, you know, throughout the night, they were slowly getting worse. So I'm walking through the hospital just trying to dilate more, and my doctor sees me walking in the hallway, and she's like, oh hey, I was about to go to your room. And she said, well, I wanted to see how dilated you were, and I just wanted to go over a couple of options for you. And I was like, okay, great. So we walk back to the room. She lays me down. She checks how dilated I was, and I was about 5 or 6 centimeters dilated. I can't remember. She was like, okay, so I feel like we're at a really good point right now. We're still giving you like a really low dosage of Pitocin, but your body is like starting to contract on its own. So I think it's a really good idea if we, you know, break your water right now to kind of speed things up. And I was just like, okay, like sure, that's fine. She sticks her fingers or whatever the hell inside of me, breaks my water. And I shit you guys not, like, other than the fact that it felt like I literally had just pissed myself. You guys, when I tell you that the pain came on instantly, like almost instantly, it was insane, because the contractions that I was feeling beforehand were nothing compared to the contractions that I started feeling when they broke my water. So, you know, I'm just here tratando de serme la valiente, you know, just breathing through the contractions, because trust me, like, while like throughout my pregnancy, I was just looking at each and every way that I could like get through contractions, and breathing techniques was like the #1 thing. And for any of you that are pregnant, just breathe. Like literally in for 5 and out for 5, or whatever you can handle at that moment, but just breathe, and I promise you it'll go away, because contractions literally come in waves. Like, it's a wave, it peaks and then it goes back down, and then you're fine for like however long, and then it starts all over again. It's literally a wave, but like when that wave peaks, it is the most painful thing ever. So I'm just trying to get through the contractions. So at this point, we're like 4 minutes and 30 seconds into the video. You can see me breathing through the contractions and squeezing the shit out of the pole. Eric and my mom later confessed to me that it felt like I was breaking their hand. I was in that much pain, like I didn't notice how hard I was squeezing. Oh my gosh, just watching this video, it like hurts all over again. So you see, at this point, my nurse was just like, I don't even want to mess with your Pitocin. Your body is contracting on its own and beautifully. Like, we're just gonna try to leave that alone for now. And at a certain point, she completely took me off the Pitocin, because my body was like, okay, we know exactly what we're doing and what we need to get done, and we're gonna do it. So like 8 minutes into the video, I'm talking to my mom. I'm like, if it's gonna be like this forever, like not forever, but if it's just gonna continue feeling like this, then I think I can handle it. I'll go through without not getting the epidural. Before I continue that part of the story, I just want to let you guys know that I never went into my labor being like, I will not get the epidural or I will get the epidural. I was just like, you know what, whatever happens, happens. If I can handle it, then I'll just go through without it. But if I can't, if it gets to a point, then I'm gonna get the epidural. I don't care. So I'm having this conversation with my mom. My mom's like, yep, it's gonna be the exact same till it comes time to push, like you'll be fine. And I was like, okay. And my nurse overheard that conversation. She's like, I don't want to scare you, but I promise you your contractions are going to get worse. And I was just like, oh my gosh, no, like I'm so freaking tired. Like it got to a point where I just didn't even want Eric or my mom to record me because I was in so much freaking pain that like I didn't even want to be sitting down or standing up. Like I didn't want anything. I was just so tired. I just wanted the pain to go away and I wanted to be comfortable and I wanted to sleep. It got to a point where I was so incredibly tired that like when the contraction peaks and then it starts to go down, like once it started going down, I would literally like start dozing off and falling asleep because I was just so freaking tired of all the freaking pain that I was under. So after going through all of that, I was just like, okay, is there anything that I can do before I just ask for the epidural? And she's like, okay, well there's this medicine called fentanyl and we can give you that and it'll take the pain away a little bit, but it won't be anything compared to the epidural. And I was like, okay, you know what, I'm just gonna try the fentanyl, who cares, let's just see what happens with that. When I tell you guys that I didn't even know if they had given me the medicine or not, like that fentanyl did not make one bit of difference. Like I was feeling the exact same. And my nurse told me, she's like, well, when you want the epidural, you just have to keep in mind that it's gonna take about an hour for the anesthesiologist to come in and, you know, give you that. And I was just like, oh my God. So it got to the point where I was just like, I need it now. I absolutely need the epidural. Call him and which is needed, like do this. Like I don't even care. And a lot of people are scared of getting the epidural because it is a very scary procedure. Like you literally sign your life away. When I tell you guys that hour that it took for the anesthesiologist to get there, it literally was the longest hour of my entire life. And when I tell you guys that I did not give a shit what the hell I felt when he gave me that epidural, I didn't care. I was just like, do whatever the hell you have to do, but give me this damn medicine so I don't have to feel pain anymore. And Eric and my mom were literally like watching everything, and Eric confessed to me later that he was like, that was the scariest thing I've ever seen, and if I ever had to get that done to me, I would just say no, and I don't know what I would do, but I wouldn't get it. I promise you guys I didn't feel a damn thing. I did not feel a damn thing except for the fucking pain going away. It was the most beautiful thing ever. And I don't want to like sit here and tell you guys to get the epidural, but if you guys are just miserable, just get the epidural. Your back is gonna hurt anyway. Like nothing in your body is gonna feel the same after you give birth. Like everything is just different, so might as well be comfortable. So I literally can tell you guys right now that that was the best decision that I've ever made in my entire life. So this part wasn't recorded, but I got my epidural like around 3 a.m. and by the time things started to kick in, it was 4, and my nurse was so sweet enough to let me sleep for a little bit so I could, you know, get the energy to push because my time was coming. At 4 in the morning, that's when you see me saying how exhausted I was. Okay, and so once I woke up from my nap, I woke up and I was feeling just like a lot of pressure and a lot of pain again. I told my mom, I was like, Mom, I like feel her. Like I feel like if I push, she's gonna come out. And so my mom quickly called the nurse over and she came in and she's like, okay, we're gonna check how dilated you are and we're gonna do like a test run on pushing and see like what happens. So she first checks how dilated I am, and I was 10 centimeters dilated, so that was a really good sign. And then she's like, okay, we're gonna do one test push and we're just gonna see what happens. So I push and she's like, oh my gosh, stop, like don't push, your baby's coming now. And I was like, oh my gosh, I was like so freaked out but like excited at the same time. It's just like so many emotions running through your body at once. And by this time it's 6:09. That's when I pick up my camera and I ask Eric how he's doing. He gives me a thumbs up. Like everybody was sleeping because we were all so freaking exhausted. So here my nurse is just telling me how, like just giving me a rundown on how everything is gonna go down and what I should do. But honestly, you guys, pushing is like the easiest part of the entire process. Feel better to push against pressure? Yeah. Yeah. Breath in, keep going. There you go. Push, 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 push. Good job. Good job, Lily. Keep going, keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right back into it, okay? There you go. Good job. Push, 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 push. You are a very strong pusher. Keep going, keep going. 5. Good job. Keep going, I don't know if you guys caught on to this, but if you've been watching my channel, then you know that the same song that's playing now is the same one that I used when I announced my pregnancy. And this song is just so special and it literally makes me cry every time. So you can see the head coming out. And these little home videos are so sweet. Eric and I were so excited to find out we were having a girl. And there's my little baby. Oh, she's tiny. Grab it. This part was so funny because my mom literally thought still, even when it was time for me to have my baby, that it was going to be a boy. And so when the nurse and the doctor were like, it's a baby girl, we all started laughing because my mom swore still that it was going to be a boy. And then there's Eric cutting the umbilical cord, which he was so excited to do from like day one. My baby. My princess. Oh my gosh, every time I watch that video, it gets me so emotional. I love it. I will cherish that video forever. But yeah, you guys, we had a healthy baby girl June 16th and she weighed 7 pounds and 3 ounces and her name is Mia and we love her so much. And literally next Saturday, or this upcoming Saturday, will mark 1 year of the day we found out that we were pregnant. So like rewatching that video, all of that seems like a lifetime ago. I feel like my life has changed dramatically since having Mia in like the best way possible. And it's just so crazy. Okay, so now to answer some questions for you guys. I asked you on Instagram to send me a couple of questions that you guys had in regards to like, you know, being a mom and the labor and delivery and all that stuff. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, please do so. The Instagram handle will be right here. But the first question and like the most popular question was, how bad did it hurt? On a scale from 1 to 10, how bad did it hurt? I'm due in December, how was it? And just stuff like that. It's really hard to explain because even when I would ask this question like way before I was even pregnant, I would always just wonder like, how bad does it, like how bad does it really hurt? And it hurts really, really bad. Like on a scale from 1 to 10, it's easily a 10. But like I said, it's crazy what a human body can handle. Like the amount of pain that your body can handle is absolutely insane, because once you're there, like there's no other way but to like get through it, you know? Like it hurts so bad. I can easily say that's one of the hardest things that I've ever gone through, but you'll get through it, especially if you get the epidural. And then someone said, did you get the epidural? Yes, I did get the epidural. And I saw somebody comment on my labor and delivery vlog that I gave them like hopes for being able to go through their delivery without getting the epidural. And I'm so sorry that my video made it seem like that. But I did get the epidural, and I was just so tired and so sleepy and under so much pain that I didn't get a chance to record that, which is why I wanted to like come here and make this video and answer all of you guys' questions. So I definitely did get the epidural. I just want to clear that up. And then someone asked, how long was your labor and how long did you push? And my labor was exactly 12 hours. They started my Pitocin at 6 p.m. and I gave birth at 6:20 a.m. So it was exactly 12 hours, which is really fast for, you know, me being a first-time mom and like going through labor for the first time. And as well for pushing, I only pushed for like 4 or 5 minutes tops, you guys. It all happened really fast, which that's why I said I'm so happy with the way that everything played out. It couldn't have gone any better. And then someone asked if the IV hurt, and honestly, you guys, when they put it in, it doesn't hurt when they put in the IV, but after having it in for a couple of days, like I was there for 2 days, and I feel like that's the minimum amount of time that you are in a hospital after you give birth. But some people stay there longer, and I'm not sure if you have to have the IV in the entire time, but I did have it up until I was discharged, and it gets sore after a while, and it does hurt like once they take it out. It like feels weird. And someone asked, how was your reaction of you knowing you were about to give birth? And as I mentioned to you guys, I was extremely nervous. And someone just said like, how's Eric doing and how is he as a dad? And Eric is literally the best man I could have ever chosen to have children with. He is the sweetest guy ever. And the love that he shows our daughter is out of this world. Like they literally are best friends and they love each other so much. Like the connection that Mia and Eric have is out of this world. They are the cutest thing together, and Mia and I are best friends until Daddy gets home, because then she completely forgets about me and just wants to be with her dad, which low-key is so annoying, but it's also like the cutest thing ever, and I love it. I love that they have that connection. And then I also got asked if I kept my placenta, and I did keep my placenta, you guys, and I cannot wait to make the video on that, because that was honestly one of the best decisions that I've ever made, keeping my placenta. I cannot begin to tell you guys the benefits on that, so I'm going to make a separate video on that, just informing you guys about all of that. And I also want to ask you guys to please comment down below what videos you want to see from me, because I want to get back into a routine of uploading videos for you guys, because I was gone for so long. But you guys, I honestly just wanted to like enjoy my time being, you know, a mom for the first time, and just like enjoying Mia as much as I can. And I'm so happy that I did, because the time that I've spent with her has just been so special, and it's just been nice focusing on that. Let me know in the comment section down below what videos you want to see from me. I already have a couple in mind. I really want to do like a baby must-have, because being a first-time mom, you just want to buy everything for your baby, and there's some things that I definitely did not need and did not use, and my mom warned me about this, so I'm thinking I'll do that. And I also want to upload like some Halloween videos. That'd be so cute. But before I go, I want to introduce you guys to my cute little baby, so let me go grab her. So this is Mia. Mama Bear, say hi, Princess Bear. Say hi, Mama. Mia just woke up from a nap, and she's a sleepy girl, huh, Mama? Are you a sleepy girl? I don't know if the camera will pick up on this, but Mia has blonde hair and we don't know how or why. But it's so cute, huh, princess? Oh, I'm not happy. Oh, no, princess. Are you hungry, baby? Are you hungry? So yeah, you guys, Mia is gonna be 4 months this upcoming Saturday, which is wild. She's getting so big. And Mia has found her voice. Se la pasa gritando y hablando all day. And she's just the cutest baby. Mama, why you don't want to say hi to the camera? Mia! Anyways, that is all for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys so much and I'll see you next time. Besos! You want to do besos? Go like this. Besos! Bye guys! Princess! That mama's girl. Oh, that's a pretty baby. Goodbye. Oh, excuse you. Who is that? My little baby.